Aviary is a really neat tool that allows your students to create a lot of different projects, a lot of different creative kind of projects they might want to do that they might not have the tools for on the machine that they're using. There are 4 different kinds of image editors on here. The image editor and the effects editor are very similar to things that you would find on Photoshop. Image editor will allow you to like take different parts of photos and put them together and crop photos, do that kind of thing. Effects editor will allow you to put filters on things, so like making something look like it's metal or lava or any of those kind of things that you've seen. Um, or soft and black and white, all that kind of good stuff. Vector editor is going to allow you to do things with shapes and blow them up and make them look very crisp and very clear. This would be great if you had someone who wanted to design it like a t-shirt design or wanted to make a big poster and get a poster printed off, anything like that. It'd also be good for like a website graphic or something like that. Image markup, if you had a picture that you would like people to, your students to work on and then kind of mark different parts of the picture and what those meant, that would be a great tool for that. The music creator on the top has a bunch of different instruments that you could use that students can make their own musical creation, and the audio editor will let you take different parts of songs or podcasts or recordings or whatever, put them together, do fades, do all that kind of stuff to make like a radio ad or anything audio like that. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to show you the image editor and the vector editor just because I think those are 2 tools that kids would really like to use. The image editor is, I guess, a poor man's kind of Photoshop. Doesn't have all the tools, but many of the tools that you would like to use. It's way better in Microsoft Paint. People have been using Microsoft Paint forever. I used it in middle school, and tools have not really changed. So I'm going to click on Browse right here. I'm just going to open up a picture that I found on the internet. One of the worst things about this program is it is web-based. That's cool because you can use it on a tablet or a cell phone or anything like that, or a netbook in our case, but it is a bummer because uh, that's bothering me now that that's on there. Oh well. Uh, it's good because uh, they can use it on their netbook. It's bad because it would it can really slow things down, which is a bummer. I mean, I've had problems at home before, and actually earlier when I was trying to make this video where I tried to upload something and it didn't work. So you get a lot of kids on this, it might really slow things down. I'm going to bring another picture in here as well. You might be thinking to yourself, hey, I'm not going to learn how to do all this stuff, and that's fine. I think that this is really a tool that creative kids have ideas of things that they really want to do. If you tell them, hey, this is a tool that's out there, you can learn how to do all this stuff, show them this aviary.com/tutorials, they can find out how to do almost anything that their little hearts would desire. So check that out. But we're going to go here. I'm going to make this astronaut a blue jay. All right, no, it's not very fancy, but I'm just going to use the magic wand tool. I think I might need to sorry, I think I might need to knock up my tolerance a little bit, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to delete the background. All right, I'm going to use this arrow now. I know this is not real fancy, something that could have been very difficult to do. That deleting that white background is something that needs to happen a lot. But kids can't figure out how to do it. So I'm going to. Okay, I'm going to click this down here. I'm going to hold down Shift so he doesn't get all distorted this time. And I'm going to make my little astronaut be in space. All right, so there we go. Our astronaut is in space. Yes, I want to apply that. All right, now you can do other things. Let's say you can pick how you want your words to look, what color you want them to be. I want to have this centered. I'm going to click in here. I'm going to say blue. Oops. J's in space. And I am going to make this big. Oh, that's a bad idea because that's going to look miserable. So let me delete that. The problem with this is, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, so the problem with that is it was not a vector image and got all blurry. So that's why we're going to learn about the other tool as well. But here, let's say I have this. I'm going to knock this up to a much higher font. There we go. Actually, there we go. Alright, so I got that going. Now I can use this tool to kind of make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to make this. Alright, so here we go. I got this a little bit bigger. I got it looking the way I want. Now, one of the bummer things about this is for uh, in order for you to use this, it's to save this, you have to be logged in. So I could just save this, and then I can save it in anywhere I would like. All right. So there's that. The other tool that I want to show you how to use is, I'm not really too worried about saving that right now. I'm going to go back to the home page. I'm just going to leave this page. And I'm going to show you this advanced suite and vector editor. Now, a lot of times, people wanted to make like shirt designs and things like that, and they just don't have the right tools to do it. All right, this will really let you do this. It lets you pick how big it needs to be. That's in pixels, and we're going to create it since it's a web-based thing. But I can make anything in here. So I'm going to start off. I'm just going to draw a good old-fashioned, oops, wrong way there. A quick little cactus, and I'm going to show you what is really neat about. Alright, so now I made a shape, okay? When you make shapes with this tool, the neat thing about it is it doesn't matter how big I make it. This will never, whatever I do to it, this will, no matter how big or small I make it, it will never change. It's a mathematical formula that tells things how big they need to be. All right, so if I write something down here, unlike last time, all right, so when I'm putting my words in here, I am going to, I'll just leave them this size right now. I could change them obviously to make it different, but here, if I make these huge, it's not a big deal. All right, so they're going to look the way it should look. All right, that just looked funny because I didn't do it mathematically correct. All right, so you can make these as big or as small as you want. They're still going to print off the way you want them to print off. All right, so that is where you would use that. Kids can really do a lot of neat stuff with this if they invest a little bit of time in it. Like I said, I think a lot of kids are going to get really like this, being able to do this. There's a lot of kids that do this kind of stuff at home. They're just not able to do it at school. So these tools are something really neat for them to have at their disposal.